Hello everyone, welcome back to Best T-Shirt Designs. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. From today, I am going to start a print on demand series where I will be showing you some best selling T-shirt designs. So as you can see, these are in the past 6 months, these are the best selling designs of Amazon March, or what you can call March by Amazon. So these are the designs that is selling best. This one sold 52 times, this one 77 times. So these are all happening in the last 6 months, not lifetime. So I'm going to create some of the designs and show you how to create one. So let's say we can start with this one. For this one, this is a illustration work, so you need to illustrate a player harper, but let's not do work with that because that is copyrighted. So we can work with this one, and the reason I am choosing this graphic because this is we can call a family or a relation niche. That means this design is about someone who was born in 2006. So anyone who was born in 2006, they can buy this t-shirt. So you can make it a t-shirt for your dad, then it will need to change the year here and the age here, but you can convert it to anything you want. So I am going to show you an example. So to start that, we need to type the text, and for vintage color designs like this, you can search like this, vintage color palette, and you will find tons of different color palettes here, and we are working in RGB color profile. So that means you can simply just pick any color profile you like, and then you can create a design with that one. So let's say I'm going to work with this one just for an example. So I'm going to type that okay. So I'm going to keep the focus on my awesome text. So I'm typing that in a different line, and then vintage 6 limited edition. So we can use another website which is age calculator. You can type in any year here and it will show how is the age in today's date. So let's type in 2006, that will become 18 years today. So if someone was born in 2006, he is 18 years in this year, and maybe we want to make it like 50 years, who is becoming 50 years old here. So it is 18. Let's try. Okay, just to make sure, it is 44 years, so we need to make it 1976. So now, okay, 76, sorry, 74 it should be. Okay, so as you can see, if someone was born in 1974, he is 50 years old now in 2024. So we can make a t-shirt for someone is becoming 50 years old this year. So we can make it 1976. Okay, sorry, maybe not 76, it's 74. Okay, sorry guys, like this. So I am going to now for this here, I am going to make it 50 years of being awesome limited edition, something like that. I'm going to use this divide text frame. So some people will comment, where can we find the divide text frame? Just search anywhere you like, divide text frame script, and you will find different websites like this where you can download that extension. So it should be somewhere here. Anyway, you can search like this and it will show the website here. You can find it here. So in this website you will find 10 different scripts, and divide text frame is one of them. Anyway, let's not waste our time on that. So I'm going to now, this is a very simple design. Someone just place this design inside a circle. So we are not going to do that. We can make a different design. So I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to make this awesome my main focus text. So I'm going to give it a vintage looking font. So okay, so a font like this is going to work for me. So what is a vintage looking font? Let me give you an example. So this is our regular Explorer font, and this is going to be the vintage version of it, which is a kind of distress font, as you can see. So this is what we call a distress font. You can search for print font. It will show us different options for print fonts, that is this kind of fonts with distress effect. You can download them from anywhere you can find. So these are with this distress effect, we call it print or press font. You can type press font. So press is also that kind of effect font which is kind of distress, so something like this. Anyway, so I'm going to use this one. Now for this design I am going to make the overall design looks a bit distressed like this, so I'm not going to apply that effect on my text here. So I'm not going to select a font like this one, I'm going to select a font like this one, then I will make the overall graphic look distressed. So I'm going to use this one. Let's try this font, maybe 50 years of. Okay, so being awesome, we can just add it here, 50 years of being awesome. Now for here, for the center area, we can simply just create a ellipse like this or a retro sunset design like that one, but maybe we will not use that. Of being awesome, vintage. So I'm going to use this font for this 1974. I'm going to use in this style. Let's try limited edition like this. Now for a design like this, we can keep some graphics in it. Like if you want to focus on anything, like let me show you another example. So I was looking at a design here. Okay, so as you can see, this design here, they are using the USA flag. So that is just to make it look more patriotic as a design. So we can do something like that. We can add a flag here if you want. If you want to convert it into any niche, like we can add some fishing graphic here to make it look like a fishing. Someone, if he likes fishing, he will buy this t-shirt. So we can convert it into a fishing niche or hiking niche or any niche you want. Simply we can just use that, or we can make it with USA flag like this. We can also make a design like in this color pattern, that is also fine, or you can simply just place it like this line by line. That is cool also. So I'm going to apply some effect to my text. So for this one I'm going to use this arc lower effect. So that is going to create a area like this. Now for this vintage text I can put it like this, and here for this 1974 let's apply another effect, which is this bulge effect. So in negative direction it is going to look like this, but in general it will look like this, but I want it in negative direction, so something like this. So as you can see, it is creating an space for me in that area. I'm going to just make it fill that area in this way. So that is good. Now we can add some shapes like that. We can add a flag if you want. So I have some flag here. You can download them from FreePic if you want. They're just okay to use. You don't need to worry about the copyrights or anything. So I'm using this font, and okay, I tried to upload. Okay, I'll attach this one in the description, so you can download it from there and you can use it. Anyway, so this is how it is going to look. I'm going to change it in this direction. So it is going to look kind of like this, and if you want, we can include some niche elements here. So let's say we want to add some fishing graphics to it. So we can download some fishing graphics, we can illustrate some fishing graphics. But to start with, or to make it really simple, I'm going to use some fish silhouettes, or I can use some fish silhouettes, very simple ones like this one. So this is a silhouette image. You can take anyone like that, because there are thousands of them, tons of them. So there is not going to be any kind of copyright issues, because nobody knows where to take this one. Or you can simply just download a fish png and then convert it into, let's say, into silhouettes. That will just take you 2 minutes or something. but do not take this kind of designs with details that can be copyrighted. Anyway, so you can take anything you want, but for this one I am not going to use any kind of text or fishing graphics like this, because that will make my design limited to the persons who likes fishing. If anyone is turning 50 years old this year but he doesn't like fishing, then he is not going to buy this design. So that is an issue with this kind of niche specification. So I'm not going to do that. So I can simply just make it like this. I can now pick any color I want from here. Let's say I'm going to give this the focus here, and maybe this one in this color. I'm going to make it this red, again this one in this color. So we can create a design like this. This is, now I can put a background, and this is how it is going to look for the background design. And for this design, this is not really looking great, or I am not really satisfied with the result here, because for this area it is not looking cool. So let's try something different here. I am going to, maybe I will add a ellipse here, so something like this, because I have this curve here and this curve here. So let's just make a clipping mask to put it inside this area here, and that is good enough. Let's expand it. Okay, so these are all fonts and they are editable right now. So I'm going to select it and create outline. So that will expand all the fonts, but as you can see, the effects we applied on them, they are still live. So I'm going to select this two and expand appearance. So now they are gone and those effects are no more editable. And for this vintage text, I'm going to put it here, but I'll place it in the front. So I can make it look like this, or maybe I can just make this flag color yellow and then select this flag, press Ctrl F here, and make sure that you are making it black, but double click on this black color and change it to 00 here. 6 zeros will make it 100% black. So this is how it is looking, and this is not looking very good because of the background colors there. So let's cut it, and I'm going to just make it red on top of the design. So as you can see, this is how we can create a design like that. Maybe if you want, you can add some more elements to the design. So this is going to be the widest area of my design, so I can make it look like this, but that will make it look like the design has, this area will make it bigger, so I don't want it. So something like that. And for this one, I'm going to just add some random lines here, selecting this two. Okay, so I will make it this color, maybe make it a bit bigger in size, and then apply this effect. So this is how it is looking. I'm going to expand them, then make it a group, and then I'm going to bring it here. So this is fine, and that is good. Anyway, so this is how you can recreate any design you are seeing here. So this was the original design. We can create something like this. If we change the color to this style, that is going to work. But the main thing here is we are using all simple looking fonts, that means all clean fonts, and I wanted to make it distress. So for doing that, we need to download some textures. You can go to freepik.com and here search grunge texture. Like this, and it is going to give us some options to download, and you will find, okay, so where is that one, that bundle I use? Let's click on this free. So it is going to show us all the free textures, and this is the free one I use all the time. So you can just download it with in your PC and you can use that. So for using that, this is the one I have here downloaded, and this is the exact same thing you will find there. So I'm going to use this one, or maybe I can use the darker grunge, this one. And now I'm going to select everything and then make them a group. open transparency, and inside the transparent area place that shape. So it is going to give us that grand texture, so something like this. So as you can see, now it is looking like a distressed design. So all the clean fonts are looking distressed right now. So this is how we can create, or we can recreate an existing design from Merge by Amazon, and then you can upload that to your any print on demand or microstock account. So that's how it works. Anyway, so that was on design. Maybe we can just recreate this one too. Dad, grandpa, great grandpa, I just keep getting better. So in this one, I'm going to, now I can simply create something like this, and that will be showing you the process also. So I'm going to pick this color, then make some copy by pressing Ctrl D. Okay, so this is good. Now I'm going to, let's make this one a bit bigger. That is fine. And now I'm going to place it like this. Again, creating an ellipse, just like one of the previous shorts I made. Something like this, selecting everything and making a copy clipping mask. So you can see we have a shape like this. Now I want to create a design like this one, but I am going to do some different thing here. Cannot just copy anyone. So dad, grandpa, great grandpa. Okay, so I'm going to double click on this group and select this ellipse here that we use to make the clipping mask. It is, we cannot see it because there is no stroke color or fill color. If I assign any color on it, I will be able to see it, but in general when we make anything clipping mask, that becomes blank. So I'm going to copy this one, double click to come out from the isolation, and again press Ctrl F here. So Ctrl F is going to give us that ellipse in that exact same position. Make it a bit bigger in this time, but I'm going to make it colorful so that we can see. So this is the ellipse. Now I am going to type that text here. Dad, grandpa, great grandpa. So this is the text. Now I am going to use, okay, let's use some box looking font. Maybe I have another font, ball bear rustic. This is a good font. So I'm going to use a more of a round looking font. Again, I am using my type on a path options to create the center line like this, and here I am going to change. So when we use type on a path options, type on a path tools, it creates 3 anchor points. So to create, it creates 2 anchor points where we started the typing and on in the opposite direction. So with this one we can change the direction of our text, but with this two we can specify the starting and the ending point of our text. So this is how it is looking, because in this area the full text cannot fit. So I'm going to just make it somewhere like this, bring that, and then I'm going to bring it in the similar position, kind of like this. Click on the center position, that is going to make it look like this. I will make the spacing a bit bigger. So this is how it is going to look right now, and I'm going to add some ellipse inside this text because I want a separation for the text here. Dad, grandpa, and great grandpa. So that is what it is. Maybe I can simply put one here, and then I will just copy that one to put it here, and this is fine. Okay, so this one should be a bit in this way. So I'm pressing shift T. Shift T will allow me to select any individual letter, and I can just move it. So make it something look like this. Okay, anyway, I need to change this one's position a bit. Okay, so this is how the text is. I'm going to just make it a group, or maybe this is the red color, so we can use something like this, and that is okay. Let's try something different. I'm going to use a bit Okay, let's use the original color. So this is how it is looking. I am going to change these colors now with this red color, so something like this. Anyway, that is fine. And for this one here I have another text. I just keep getting better, so maybe I will type it in 2 lines. I just keep getting better, so something like this. And now this is how it is looking. We have a big block circle shape in the middle. So what we can do for that area? So first of all is they are using a USA flag. We can do the same to create a flag hoist or patriotic design, but we can do something else here, which is going to be a, let's say, fist silhouette. So not this fist, this is the Black Lives Matter movement. So we don't want that. I'm going to use something like this one. So again, this is just a small part of the design. This is not like, if I take this one, this is from lab peak, and this can be copyrighted, but if you use it and if you modify it, that's how you can use it, or you can simply just illustrate it in the way you want, and that should not take very longer. But we cannot use designs like this which has some watermarks on them. So I'm going to use a simple designs like this one, and I will modify it. So I'm just going to copy this one. Anyway, another way is fist png. You can take a fist like this one, so maybe this one, and then you can illustrate it. And okay, so let's try to illustrate it to avoid any kind of copyright or any kind of violations here. So I'm just going to make it look like this. Now for illustrating something, I need a brush. This is just an ellipse. I'm going to create an art brush with it, and then I'm going to take my brush tool to, okay, so I'm drawing with my mouse here, so it is not going to be very perfectly drawing, but let's try. Okay, also we can make it bigger or smaller, the size of the brush however we want. You can add any as much details as you want. So for this design I just don't need any kind of details. I just need it to be a silhouette image. So again, I'm selecting everything. I'm going to increase the size 1 point so that this becomes a bit more bolder looking. So that is fine. So if you are illustrating something, you have no tension of being copyrighted or anything. So you can use it for anything you want, for your microstock store, for your print on demand store, everything you can just use it. It is just important to add those kind of details because that defines the illustration here. So like these curves here, we can just simply add some random lines here just to give it an realistic feel, something like that. Okay, so we are done, and this is just what we need. We don't need any fancy illustrations here, just something like this one. And we can do one more thing, and that is I'm going to show you baby fist png. So I am going to use it. Okay, so this is the idea here. So I'm going to do something like this, as you can see. So I will need a baby fist image. Okay, so it can be hard sometimes to find an image that I like. Okay, let's use maybe this one. This is not a very perfect example, but it will work for us. Anyway, so in this position I am going to just reduce the opacity of this one too, and then lock it. Now I am again selecting my that brush tool to illustrate this area, but something like this. So the difference between an adult and a baby hand is, you can see when you are making the fist, we can see the nails. So that's why we cannot just use this same hand and like rotate it to make it look like a baby hand. Okay, so I don't need that much details, just some random lines will work. So for this area, if we feel like this is just being a bit bored, then we can reduce the size for them, but for now it is working perfectly fine. Okay, so one more thing, I am not making the full illustration in one single line, as that will make these lines longer. So this is an art brush, so I need to cover a little small area, and then again I am going to continue the drawing. So that will make the whole drawing look similar. So something like this. So for saving some time, I could have just showed you with a already illustrated or something internet image, but I decided to show you the drawing so that you understand this is how it works, and this is how you can make your own graphics. Anyway, so okay, so for areas like this we can simply just use our direct selection tool to fix that. That is not a big deal. Just some random lines like that. Okay, I think that is good enough. Now we have our images ready. So I'm going to make this one a group, and then I'm going to make this one another group. But for the illustration or the thing that I want here, to make that, I want to make it, okay, so making it 2 point is not working perfectly, so let's try 1.5 here, and that is also being a bit bigger, so let's not worry about that. Anyway, so I'm going to make it in silhouette mode or in the fill color style. So for doing that, I need to simply join these two. I cannot keep them open like this, so that's why I am going to join them. Just anything like that is fine. Do not just keep it open. So this is how it is going to look. Make it a group, again make it another group, and now I'm going to select them both. I'm going to expand the appearance. So as you can see, now they are no more strokes, they are fill colors right now. So I'm going to just make it black for now, and I'm going to take a rectangle here, pick any color you want, send it to the back, keep a copy here. So I am selecting these two, and then I am going to click on this trim. So trim is going to trim out everything. Now I am going to delete this outer part. Now selecting this any black color from the image, and go to select same, and then fill color, cut it. So as you can see, we have this shape. This is the inside shape or the fill shape of our hand, and that is what we actually need. So I'm going to keep it here. Let's select this to trim, erase this outer part, select this black color, select fill color, and now copy it. So I'm just going to keep them just for reference if I need that in any point. So I'm going to place it like this. So this is going to be the original design for my this one. So I'm going to select this one, this group, this circle group only, open transparency, and here press Ctrl V to paste it. First press Ctrl V to paste it, and then we'll adjust it. Okay, before adjusting, make sure to everything is black, and this is how it is going to look. That is fine. So I'm going to make it a bit smaller maybe, and then I'm going to make it look like this. So I'm going to place it in this option, this area here, and maybe this one something like this area. Let's see how it is looking. So as you can see, this is how it is looking. So yeah, that looks good for us, or good for this design. We can keep it like that. And there is on another way we can make it, which will be like, if you don't like this option here, this is making it transparent. So if we make if the shirt color is like this one, it is going to be visible, it is going to be see-through. So if our shirt color is green or blue, it is going to be see-through. But only issue here is if you select any lighter color shirt, and it is not going to show very clearly. So we need to fix that, and for fixing that, for now, let's just do that process one more time. Just make it any color you want. So let's try with this color. Okay, so not that color, maybe something like this color or yellow color. So the same color here, I'm going to select it again, trim it, just erase that part, trim it, erase that part. So I have now a group, and this is a group. So let's cut this two, or copy this two, and now I am going to delete this part. So here I am going to place them inside this clipping mask. So I am inside the clipping mask. As you can see, I can individually select every shape from here, and if I press Ctrl V here, that will place my graphics, and I am going to place it like this. Also this one, I will change the direction a bit like this, to just to give it an idea that it is a grandson and grandfather and something like that. So this is how it is looking. Now here I am going to select this. I can simply just use my magic wand tool to select this black from here. Then I can make it this color, so that there is no extra color in the design. And you can see this is how it is looking right now, and this is better than the previous option, I think. And now if I change the shirt color, it is going to be visible. So light colors will increase or decrease the visibility of these light colors, but any darker color will make it look pop. So this is how it is going to look, and I am really satisfied with this graphic. So okay, so this is how you can create a design like this. Again, I'm going to select everything from here, and then as you can see, I choose a font. It has some distress effect already in it, built in it. So but I don't have any distress effect in this hands or this circle area. So if I want, I can make it similar. So for that, I'm going to select this clipping mask group only, where I have these shapes and these hands, and now here inside the transparency, I will place the distress effect. So as you can see, this is how it is looking. Now as you can see, it is making them both look very similar to each other. Maybe this is a bit, the distress effect is looking a bit detailed. So I'm going to reduce the opacity something like 70%, and that will reduce the distress effect a bit. So as you can see, now it has all this same texture for as the font and the graphic. So this is how you can create a better version or a new version of a best-selling design like this one. And this one is doing really great. So in my opinion, this one will do great too. So that's it for today's video, guys. I will keep making videos like this in this series, and I will show you how you can create any designs. So let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, and if I should continue this tutorial series or not. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much.